One of the lines in your note that stood out to me was the market has the ECB hiking while the Fed cuts in 2023, ... No way. What do you think is more likely, that neither is hiking next year or that both still are?
I think neither will be hiking probably when we get to 2023. The U.S. economy is slowing. It's still growing. The employment situation still looks pretty robust. That 49% of small companies say they're having trouble filling job openings. So there's anecdotal evidence about layoffs coming. The PwC survey is talking about half of companies doing layoffs next year. But companies aren't being able to fill the job openings they have. Fed's going to be hiking in September, maybe once more after that. But while the economy slows and the rest of Europe falls into a deep recession, I don't think the Fed's going to be doing much in terms of hikes next year, but there's no way the ECB will be hiking with that backdrop.
Well, I understand how the data could lead to a picture of the Federal Reserve backing off, but does that leave the job on inflation undone?
Yeah, so Powell characterized where rates were after the last hike as neutral. I don't think that could have been scripted. I don't think it's at neutral. I think if we do another 75 basis points, you can plausibly say that's at neutral. If the economic situation does weaken in the rest of the world, you've got a really strong dollar, that continues to mute out inflation as well. So strong dollar means all your imports are a little bit cheaper, and that is disinflationary. So you can see that scenario where the Fed doesn't have to hike next year just because the dollar is strengthening and the rest of Europe is probably in a pretty bad economic situation.
Patrick, how useful is this conversation around neutral? Neutral is such a fuzzy concept, and they're talking about a short-run neutral level, a longer-run neutral level. How useful, how valuable is that conversation right now?
Well, if you get any insight onto what the Fed thinks is neutral, that's very important because that's the guy that'll guide you on where they're going to put policy. I don't think Powell believes it's at neutral right now. You've seen a lot of liquidity in markets. You've seen meme stocks rallying. You've seen no earnings tech rallying. And you've not seen the Fed meaningfully reduce its balance sheet, which is the other thing they indicated they would be doing, which hasn't really happened yet. But where neutral is something no one will ever know. Even looking historically, you never know exactly where it is. But it does guide the Fed in what they're trying to achieve while they're, I guess, driving half blindfolded.